Let's fast forward to, you said you didn't really encounter your first white person, like close encounter, until you start working, right?
Until I went to college.
When you went to college,
I
okay.
went to college.
Okay. First off, in high school, what did you do in high school? Like, what were you, what activities were you involved in? Like,
Okay. In the 7th grade, I became the drum major for Kirkpatrick.
okay, okay. And at that time, well, I guess, did they already have one prior? Like, did they have a band?
They didn't have a band.
Okay. So you was part of the first band.
We were the first band.
Black band.
Black band.
So
on the north side.
Right. So is it fair to say that you probably the first black majorette in Fort Worth history?
I'm the first black one
Yeah.
for Kirkpatrick.
Okay. That's what's up. So now let's talk about you graduate, you go to college, right? What college do you go to?
North Texas State.
Okay. So is that UNT now?
It's
Okay.
UNT.
Okay, University of North Texas.
Right.
Okay. And so you graduate what year? 59?
58.
58. They don't desegregate. Desegregation don't happen until 64.
Right.
So UNT was accepting black students.
Was accepting black students.
Okay.
Because they had black players on their football team.
Right.
But we could not live in the dorms. We lived in the community. Most of the teachers in Denton, the black teachers, had rooms, and we lived in their house.
Wow. So
we catch a bus in the morning and go out to the campus. You were free on the campus. You go anywhere on the campus you wanted to go. But we just could not live in the dorm.
that's crazy to me. That's odd. Like, what's the point then? Like, what's the point?
We sit in class together, talk together. In the Union building, they all have dances. We all be down there dancing together, playing cards and everything, but we just could not live together.
No living together. That's crazy. I just wonder what's the point. All right, so let me ask you this: what are those first encounters with white people like? Once you meet one, once you kind of get up close and meet one.
My first encounter was we were playing volleyball together.
Okay.
And they didn't treat me any different.
Right. Okay.
Because they were from all over.
Right. Okay.
Some was from little towns and
some from Dallas, Waco.
They were all coming in. And so they didn't treat us any different.
Right. Okay. So there's no real racial tension. There's none of that going on.
None of that going on.
You know what? I like to hear stories like that because I think all we know is that the white man did us bad, or the white man, and systematically he did for sure. There's not a doubt. But when I was doing research on my family tree, I was finding pictures of like my daddy's daddy. Mm-hmm. And he's in class, he at school with white people, and this is way before segregation. Mm-hmm. Like or way before desegregation. So I think it's interesting to hear these stories too, to where they know, like people know, like, hey, this is the whole scope. It's just not one-sided. Right. So your first encounter with white people were good. Okay. That's cool. So, what year you graduate college?
I didn't graduate. I did 2.5 years at North Texas.
Okay.
I got married in 1959.
Okay. And did you get married to Uncle James in 59?
Uncle James, yeah, 1959.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about him for a minute. Uncle James. Is he from the north side? Is his family from the north side?
No,
Okay.
he's from Denton.
Okay, he's from Denton.
He's from Denton.
Okay. So some of these same questions, and of course you can't answer for him, but maybe he, y'all had been married since '59, and that means even when I was born, y'all had already been married for years.
For years.
So
that's right.
So that means you know him. You know him just as well as he
That's
know
right.
himself.
I was 18. We were 18 years old.
Okay. So first of all, how you meet Uncle James?
Well, I met him. He came to Fort Worth, and Kirkpatrick played Denton football,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and I was a drum major. Well, he saw me then, and then he never said anything to me. And I went to Denton. I think we had to report in about the second week of August to start getting everything preparated for school, registration, and all of that. And on Wednesday nights, the American Legion would be open. So I went to the American Legion. And when I walked in, he came over to me. He said, "I saw you march." I said, "Did you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Where?" He said, "Fort Worth. Kirkpatrick." I said, "You right." And we became best friends.
Right.
We were not courting or anything. I would go to the Legion Hall. When I got ready to come home, he'd walk me back up to my place where I stayed. He'd go home. Next 3 or 4 days, I'd see him. And just like that, he was just like a best friend. And then I guess it went on for like maybe a couple of months. And one night he walked me home, and I said, "Well, see you later." And I turned around to go in, and he just snatched me around. He said, "What do I have to do to prove to you that I love you?"
Right. Right.
And then that's when we started going together.
Okay. Okay. So, he's from Denton. Denton is a little smaller of a city than Fort Worth.
Right.
What was his view on, I guess, white people and the state of?
You know, they went to school with whites.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
James was valedictorian of his class.
Okay.
And they traveled all around to Bay City and everything. They played football with the white boys.
Right. Okay.
And everything. So their school was all black. But they were always with them.
Right.
So
Yeah. So they didn't really have that.
they didn't have the mentality that
Right.
they didn't have where you could walk in and see a colored and a white water fountain.
Right. It was just one water fountain.
Just one water fountain.
Wow.
As far as I saw and didn't.
Right. Right. Right.
But here, we had the colored and the white water fountain.
Okay. Okay. So